So thanks for coming back for some more math with McComish. We're going to be multiplying integers using a number line in this video. So what we need to remember is that one of the numbers you're going to count as the number of steps. Okay, so if it's your first number, you're going to take 4 steps. The second number is how big of steps you're going to take. So size of steps, so size of 3. Okay, now the sign really matters still though. Okay, if it's a positive for one of the numbers, you're going to face the positive direction or face to the right. Okay, for a negative size of step, you're going to walk backwards. Okay, so if it's a positive, you walk forwards. If it's a negative, you walk back. Okay, same for the first one. If it's a negative, you face the negative side. Okay, so that's important to know where we're going to end up on these number lines. So let's do some examples. First one. So 3 times 2. So 3 steps of each size 2. Okay, now they're both positive, so we're going to start at 0. We're going to face the positive direction since this is positive, and since this one's positive, we're going to walk forward, and we're going to take 3 steps, each of size 2. So 1, 2, 3. I end up at positive 6. Okay, that's not too tricky. You knew what that was, but we have to think about this in those terms. So let's try this one. Negative 2 times 3. Okay, so I could take 2 steps, size 3, but the problem is this one's a negative, so I'm actually going to be facing the negative direction, okay, and taking my steps forward because this one's positive. So I still go forward even though it's going into the negative direction, but because I'm facing that way, that's walking forward. So 2 steps, size 3 each, so 1, 2, right there. So I end up at negative 6. I could have said 3 steps, each of size negative 2, and if I did that, I would have been facing the positive direction, but walking backwards. And you can see that gets me to the same place. Okay, negative 3 times negative 3. So I'm going to be taking 3 steps, each size 3. Okay, so start at 0. Now, it's negative, so I'm going to face the negative direction. Face that way. But since this one's also negative, this one would say walk backwards or go backward. So what I'm going to do is I'm facing that way. I'm taking steps backwards. So 1, 2, 3. And I end up at positive 9. Okay, let's try this one. Negative 2 times 5. So I could say 5 steps, each negative 2 in size. So if I started here, okay, I'm taking steps of negative 2. So I could be facing the positive, but taking steps backwards of negative 2 in each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End up at negative 10. Okay, this one's negative 2 times negative 5. So I could take 5 steps, but I'm facing in the negative direction because that one's negative. But each step, negative 2 in size, so I'm going to be stepping backwards. So I'm facing the negative direction, so backward steps are actually going to take me to the positives. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End up at positive 10. All right, I want you to give these a try. So draw a number line and draw your steps in which way you're facing, and try to really understand what's going on with a number line when you're multiplying. I will give you the solution in a minute, so pause the video. All right, here are the solutions you should have gotten. So for number 1, you're starting at 0. You could take 3 steps of 2, and you're going to end up at positive 6. Okay, this one you're going to take 1 step backwards, but you were facing that way, the negatives. So you end up at positive 7 for this one. Okay, this one you're going to take 4 steps of negative 2 in each. So you're going this way. You end up at negative 8. And this final one, negative 2 steps of negative 2. You end up at negative 4. So if you didn't get that, try some more so that you understand.